All right, we are going to get going. I would like to welcome everybody that is on our webinar today. We're so happy to see you. This is, as we have said in the past, this is our Gorilla Professional Grade quick demo webinars. This is a series of webinars that we're doing to cover our line and to really get some really good information out there on maintenance chemicals and the best use for those and best practices. So happy to have our topic be instant adhesives today, aka cyanoacrylates or super glue. And my name is Mark Porter. I'm the product marketing manager for H.B. Fuller. I support the GorillaPro, Gorilla Professional Grade line of products. And Paul, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Paul Alabone. I'm one of the business development managers from H.B. Fuller, and I support Mark. I help Mark supporting the GorillaPro product line. So, hey, glad to have everyone here this afternoon.
And Morgan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Morgan Flynn. I work here at H.B. Fuller as a marketing analyst, and like Mark and Paul, I also support the GorillaPro product line that we have.
All right, thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Paul. So as we've said in our communication before, we know your time is very valuable, and so we're going to get right to the point today. Our quick demo series is designed for that in purpose. The quick demo series is a series of webinars that is really about teaching you about industrial maintenance and repair chemicals and sealants. So, and how to use them more efficiently, I should say. Each session is going to be under 30 minutes, and it basically gives you the opportunity to click in, learn, and click out. And then it won't spend a lot of your time during the day doing that. So our session today is, like as I said, about instant adhesives, also known as cyanoacrylates, or as many people know them, super glues. Keep in mind that we are going to do this every 2 weeks, excluding the holidays. Probably starting in January again, we'll be doing these every 2 weeks. So be watching for the invitation to come to your email as well for the next sessions, and we hope to see you all there as well. We are giving away to anybody that does attend these all the webinars that we are doing. We're giving away a special gift at the end, and we also have a grand prize drawing at the end. Each time that you attend, you get a drawing into that grand prize, and that will be a really cool, no pun intended, really cool GorillaPro customized cooler. So also, if you have questions during the webinar, there's a chat button down at the bottom of the screen, and you can just type your question in, and Morgan is going to be our host to take those questions, and we'll answer those at the end in a Q&A session that Paul and I will get to at the very end. So I think that's about it for housekeeping. Paul, you ready to get this thing going?
You bet, ready to roll.
All right, Morgan, let's roll on down the highway here. Welcome, my name is Mark Porter. I'm a marketing manager for H.B. Fuller GorillaPro, and
I'm Paul Alabone, one of the business development managers for H.B. Fuller GorillaPro.
And today we're going to do another of our series on the GorillaPro adhesive sealants and lubricant line. And today we're going to talk about cyanoacrylates, or aka super glues or instant adhesives. So today my fellow partner Paul is going to go over the series of cyanoacrylates that we have in our line. So take it away, Paul.
Okay. H.B. Fuller manufactures well over 100 types of cyanoacrylate, superglue, instant adhesives in our facilities in the U.S. What we've comprised
for the GorillaPro Instant Adhesive product line are our 5 biggest selling MRO, quick repair, equipment maintenance type products. The packages for all the products are a 20-gram squeezy polyethylene bottle, and the cap, the nozzle, is also polyethylene. It has not only a pin cap, but it's a polyethylene pin cap. So this will not stick in the nozzle. So after use, you can clean it out, and then the next time you use the product, you should be good to go. So it's a squeezy bottle, easy application. When we produce all our products, they're made with maximum purity of monomer. So all the products are the highest quality chemistry, but we've put them together in this package, easy indication bottle for convenience of use. The shelf life of the products is 12 months. Actually, it's a very conservative 12 months, and we've put everything under the GorillaPro brand.
Yeah, you know what, and if you really compare what Paul's talking about in regards to our new state-of-the-art dispensing tube bottles, and you see what's out there in the world today, most of the time you see these, well, for lack of better terms, toothpaste tubes of super glue. And as everybody knows, the problem with these is A, it usually hardens up and you don't get it all out before the life of it is over with. B, you have to roll it up like a toothpaste tube, and it usually ends up getting all over everything. And it's just wasteful. So the polyethylene, as Paul described, is much more efficient dispense mechanism. So starting off with our CA100, which is our go-to all-purpose instant adhesive. This product is designed for bonding wood, plastic, metal, rubber, etc. It's kind of like the starting product in your choice for some of your repair applications. The thing that's nice about super glues is that you don't need a lot of product to get a tremendous amount of strength and rapid bonding. So I'm just putting a couple small dots on this wing nut, kind of pushing them together, rotating them around a little bit, giving it like a 5-second count. Hopefully I'm not binding the wing nut to my gloves here. And then whammo. Yeah, let me try that. No, he is telling the truth. This doesn't come apart.
Now, if you start to work with more mechanical substrates, more mechanical plastics like a nylon as opposed to ABS or polycarbonate, the next product we have in our arsenal is the CA120 SI. Same bottle cap configuration and all that with the pin. White indicator top, white label. This is a surface insensitive grade. So this gives you extra strength, extra speed of cure on those harder to bond to surfaces. So it's like the CA100 on steroids. So this is the CA120 SI. Quick demo with the CA120. A lot of times if you're binding wood dries out. And a little bit of CA120 on these popsicle sticks. Let me put them together. Sometimes you'll even see it smoke when it reacts. And let me clamp this together to give it a little time to set up before we yank on it too much. Okay, let me put that down there. Now a part that we binded up earlier is this one here. I mean, this is pretty much indestructible.
Yep.
Okay. The next product in the product group is our CA500 RT, and this is a rubber toughened super glue. Black label, black pin cap indicator, black adhesive. It's highly filled with rubber impact modifiers. So when you have parts that see impact or flexibility, this is an impact resistant super glue. And quick demo on this is to show some rubber belting parts that have been bonded. Okay.
Yeah, it's not coming on.
All right. So that is the CA 500 RT. It also operates at higher temperature. So if you have applications where you see higher temperature in use on devices and things like that, this product operates from -65 to 250, where the rest of the products in this family operate from -65 to 180, if not 200 degrees. So that's that particular product. Other applications, just to indicate the flexibility, if you're bonding malleable parts, that bend, it offers very good strain relief. Or leather parts where you're pulling them off different substrates. You actually, tear apart the leather.
So if I want to bond your shoes to the floor, is this the one I would use?
Probably you can have at it.
I was just trying to figure that out.
The CA gel is the next product we have, and that's got an orange label, orange indicator cap, again, 20-gram bottle. The gel is kind of unique in this 20-gram bottle, as Mark mentioned, that most of the gels and a lot of the liquid adhesives are in the foil tubes. Here you have the gel in a squeezy, easy to apply 20-gram bottle. So I'll take these parts so you actually can see the consistency of the product. You're actually squeezing it out. Gel's a little tricky.
And the one thing about gel super glues is, and I get this all the time from friends and relatives, that they go to bond a porcelain lamp together and they say super glue didn't work. And the first thing I'll say is, what did you use? And it's typically a liquid. So the moral of the story is, if you have a porous surface, use the gel, because it sits up on the surface and doesn't penetrate into the porous surface.
Yeah. I had to squeeze it a little bit because it still is a gel, okay? But there you go. Now the last product we have to show you is our CA30. This is the fastest curing, lowest viscosity product, in the group. Blue label, blue indicator cap. And here you have the same 20-gram easy application bottle. And this is ideal for O-rings, for elastomers, rubber gaskets, things of that nature. And I'll bond some cord stock here. And you're applying the product. Again, you see that lower viscosity.
And that's rubber, Paul?
This is probably nitrile rubber. And it's really difficult to match up here and stuff, so. You're actually sticking it together, applying pressure. There's actually a splicing kit that's available for O-rings. Okay, this is still wet on the outside, so I'm gonna, there we go. Bond's pretty good. I'm gonna take a pre-bonded part and show you how strong. You can
kind of see the bond line right here.
Yeah. This is still liquid, so I don't yank at it too closely. So if you pull your part.
Okay. See, I'm a Packer fan and he's a Bears fan, so this gets a little.
So you get an idea of the strength that you have on elastomers. So that kind of.
I won.
Okay. But that kind of sums it up on the super glue family, the instant adhesive family we have through GorillaPro.
All right, so now that you've seen these products in action and you've found a few that you want to purchase, all you have to do is go over to our website, and that website is GorillaPro.com, to order these products. You'll see a button at the top right corner that says Products. If you click on that products, it'll instantly pull down to several categories of our products, and you just choose the one that you want. And after that, you pull down and you find the product that you want, and there is a menu down there of distributors that you can order that from. Once you find the distributor that you want to order that from, all you have to do is hit the buy button, and that buy button will take you right to the distributor location where you can very easily order that product. And also, if you're wanting more information about our products, such as technical information or anything further beyond what we've described today, that's easy as well. All you have to do is go up to our upper right corner and hit Resource button. That Resource button will actually pull you down to 3 boxes, and if you look at the left box, it says Downloads. Now, Downloads will take you to all of our literature that we have, including technical data sheets, safety data sheets, cell sheets, and stuff. And then you just choose the category you want. If you want a technical data sheet, you pull down, and then you find the category you want to have a technical data sheet on, pull it up, and there it is. And that will be saved. You can save that to electronic file format. You can email it, you can save it, you can print it, you can do whatever you want with that. So it's that easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time and joining in. Again, this is a series of informational demonstration segments on our GorillaPro product line, so hopefully we'll see you in the future for the next installment.
All right, so now we'll take questions and answers, anything that you may have.
Excellent. Well, I did want to start off by saying, by mentioning a couple very quick things before our Q&A. One is, Paul and I just wanted to point out that we know there's a lot of super glues out in the world right now. It seems like everywhere you go, even Dollar General, you can find super glue. And we just wanted to point out that, not all super glues are made the same. Not all of these type of cyanoacrylates are the same. If it's an extremely low price, there's a reason for that. They probably have a lot of fillers, a lot of different things that make it be into that range of cheap super glues. When you get into our line, it is truly a extremely strong industrial grade line of products. And these instant adhesives that we have are designed for industrial applications and hold a tremendous amount of strength with the least amount of fillers. And so what you're getting is a very, very, very strong adhesive that you won't find in a lot of places. So I wanted to make that point. The other point is, too, this is the Gorilla Professional line of products. This is different than the Gorilla Consumer line of products. So this is the GorillaPro line of products. And I just wanted to point out that the way to attain these, just a reminder that you do go on our website and you can find those on our industrial distributors that are carrying this. So that is where you would find these products, is through our industrial distribution that we have set up through these. You won't find them out in retail outlets. So with that said, Morgan, if you want to get going with the questions, just a reminder to everyone, if you do have a question, please type it in the bottom under the chat function, and we'll get going.
Yeah, please fire away.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. I got one question during the webinar, and I think it's a really good one, and one that I'm sure a lot of people have about when using, cyanoacrylates or super glues or instant adhesives, is whether it's better to use more or less when, you're trying to bond two parts.
I can go ahead and answer that one. With a super glue, less is always best. So you don't need a lot of material to bond your substrates. You're wasting a lot if it's dripping off the parts and things like that. When I was bonding the wing nuts, I put actually very small dots, and I think that came across on the video pretty well. So, super glue is like an intimate space where you sandwich the glue between the parts. Is not necessarily due to pressure, but due to contact. And then you let the moisture on the parts rapidly polymerize the adhesive. And that holds your bond. But to answer that really good question, less is best with super glue. You don't need a lot.
Perfect. Thank you, Paul. And we have another question that just came in. They're wondering, if they're applying, an instant adhesive to an application and maybe it drips down the side and it cures, what can they use to remove that instant adhesive?
Mark, you want to field that one, or?
Paul, I'll let you take that one.
Okay. If you have excess adhesive that drips down on parts or the work surface or things like that, and you're trying to remove it, it'll skin over to a polymer, like an acrylic plastic polymer. And the best way to dissolve it is to use a debonder. Now, the debonder is not part of the GorillaPro MRO family, but we do have a debonder through H.B. Fuller. And what that does, it'll soften the cured adhesive. It'll soften the acrylic adhesive film. And even if it's still a little bit liquid, the bonder will allow it to be removed as easily as possible. You may have to sand or scrape lightly, things of that nature. Otherwise, if you don't have any debonder, acetone is not too bad to use in a pinch as well.
Perfect. Thanks, Paul. And then another question we got was concerning our gel instant adhesive that we have, and what type of applications they're wondering that they should use the gel over the other types.
Yeah, well, like as we said in the webinar, there is confusion in between what you would use a liquid or a gel for. They're not put together just to randomly use, for anything. The gels, as I said, are really, really the best solution for porous surfaces. And as Paul very nicely mentioned in the webinar as well, if you have two non-porous surfaces, such as two pieces of metal, for instance, you don't want a lot of product in there. You don't want any gap filling capability. You want that metal to metal to be bonded at the closest ratio it can. So you definitely want to use a liquid down there. The gel would not do you any good. So if you just remember the simple fact of if it's a porous surface, the gel is going to be your best friend, because it's going to literally lay up on the surface of that porous surface and not penetrate in. So.
Perfect. Thanks, Mark. And then this other question that we got, and I think it's a really good one. When should you use a super glue versus an epoxy when trying to bond two materials?
Well, actually, a lot of the substrates we illustrated bonding in the video, wood, metal, rubber, they're great for using instant adhesives, to make repairs to bond those substrates and all. Epoxies are more of a structural adhesive. So when you get larger parts, when you get more force put on them, when you have to fill bigger areas or pots or encapsulate or surround the parts and things, then you're going to want to consider a two-part system like an epoxy or a urethane. And those are a part of our GorillaPro offering in the double bubble kits that we're going to cover in the next section. But for smaller parts, faster repair, quicker bond, things like that, the CAs are super strong, very reliable. But epoxies, a two-part system, is an option, for more demanding, more larger scale type applications.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Paul. You said that very, very well. Just to reiterate the fact that it is the epoxies and the urethanes are more structural. I think if you just think of these instant adhesives as more of a small part bonding, you really wouldn't want to put these on large structural parts or of any kind. They just really wouldn't work as well there. So.
Awesome. Thank you. And then we have one last question that came in just to wrap it all up. What surfaces should they not be bonding instant adhesives with?
Well, I can answer that one. Cyanoacrylates bond a wide variety of surfaces, substrates, and things like that. They're not the best on glass, or stone, things of that nature. And as you get into low energy surfaces, and these are plastics like polyethylene and polypropylene or TPO, those type of low energy surfaces, the super glues don't bond, that well to them. Actually, not a lot of materials do. They're not going to bond silicone. Silicone, caulk or silicone type of liquid will bond silicone, but the super glues are designed for wood, plastic, metal, rubber, things of that nature. So they should bond all those substrates real well. If it is a low energy surface, we do have a polyprep primer. We got a couple of primers to increase the dyne level, the reactivity, it'll raise the energy level at the surface of those substrates to make them bondable with these products, as well as some of our other cyanoacrylate adhesives.
Thanks, Paul. That wraps it up for the questions. As I read them all off. If you still have questions following this webinar, feel free to email our team at GorillaPro@hbfuller.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, and Morgan, I believe the epoxy is the next section. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah,
the next one will be on epoxies. Yes.
Yeah. So then our next section, which will probably be right after the first of the year, will be on our epoxies and urethanes. So this is a great segue into that with the great questions that we got about the differences between the instant adhesives and epoxies. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a lot more on that, and actually a lot more on our epoxy line, which is one of the more exciting parts of our line. So I'll be looking for that invitation to come as well. So with that, I will bid everyone adieu, and I really thank you so much for joining us. Be on the lookout for the new invitations coming out, and have a wonderful holiday season and a great day. So thanks once again for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks so much for your time. Good afternoon.
Bye-bye, everyone.